Julia Okujax and Julia Okujax. Welcome, and this is Brandit. Welcome to yet another edition of Brandit. Hey, how are you all today? I hope you're well. It's been a minute, and this is Brandit. My name is Julia Okujax, and I'm happy to bring you yet another edition of Brandit. Now, I want to talk about something else, but let me say what has come to my mind. And it's the fact that sometimes you have to go the extra mile to do what you have to do. I'll tell you why. It just occurred to me as we were setting up for this. One of our ring lights blew out, so one person has gone off to change the ring light and make sure that the cord is working. Another person is here in front of me checking for shadows. I know my big head casts a lot of shadows, but checking for shadows and stuff like that. And we are sitting down here, we're investing in different kinds of microphones. Some work, some don't work. Hey, that's a story for another day. But I just want to talk about the importance of being prepared, knowing the business of your business. It takes a lot of information, readiness to use that information, and dedication and commitment to doing the right thing. Doing the right thing will never be easy. Let me repeat that. Doing the right thing will never be easy. Doing the right thing will cost you. But doing the right thing can only come from when you know what the right thing is and when you know that it's going to cost you and you're ready to pay the price. So this is for me a shout out to all those who work on the JJC Julia Jacks Consulting team. They put a lot of effort behind the scenes. Things that I don't even know, that I didn't even know there was a shadow behind me, or things I don't even know. So there's a shout out to UC, to Oge, to Oyi, to Ethel. They are the people who make sure I look good. Now, my eyebrows are mine. So if my eyebrows are going wonky, that is my of me. But they make sure I'm consistent and the production is consistent and the quality of production values keep getting better. I hope you'll tell us if the production values are better. So one thing I wanted to talk about, and that one was off the cuff, but it links into what I want to say to you, and that is about that. There's that thing that was trending. I think about 3 years ago. What I ordered versus what I got. All of us know this, and it boils down to character. It boils down to your values. It boils down to what are you ready to put in to make sure you get what you want and you do what you say you will do without people calling you out on social media. I want to share a story. About a year ago, on another program of Julia Jackson Salting, I talked to a young man who will remain unnamed, you know, not because I'm afraid of naming him, but I don't want to name and shame. It's not part of my values. Although I'm really, really annoyed with him right now. you know. So he was doing something good in the southeastern part of south part of um, Nigeria, and because he was in his shop, I could see other things, and he talked about things that he was doing, which were outside the uh, the purview that we were looking at. And I said, "Oh, fantastic!" Because I like to order from things, so because I believe in the people that I interview, so I like to order things and do work with them. And the basis of that platform was a lot of collaboration, and introducing people to each other. So my integrity is at stake, their integrity is at stake because I would introduce people to each other. And I ordered two laptop bags, and I sent him the money for the laptop bags. And he told me, "Oh, he's going to the market, sent me samples." Now, people, this was December. What is your calendar talking now? It is the end of June. Have those bags appeared? No. Would I recommend him to someone else? No. I have tried to reach him. He doesn't take my calls anymore. So I now asked someone else in the office whose number he doesn't have to call him. And he took the call, and she's a much nicer person than me. So she was speaking to him in gentle tones, like a coaxing kind of tone. Do you remember this thing you said for Mrs. Jacks? Oh, Mrs. Jacks is just concerned that you're okay. And I was concerned that he was okay. So he told her one cock and bull story. And I said, don't worry, call him again. So she called him about 4 days later. And he said, oh, my wife had a baby, da 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 da. I don't know, even if his wife had a baby 7 months ago, they would have recovered from the joy of a new baby and settled into the life. And he's still active on social media, mind you, very, very active. So it's not like he went into a corner and had the blues because his wife had a baby. After that, I told her, I said, give it a week and call him again. He didn't take her call. So he stored the number and he's decided that he's not going to take her call again, which is fine. It's no problem. But what it is that those are the kind of people that you will I have to start. Those are the kind of people that will give you that story of what you ordered versus what you get. And it boils down to character. You have a good character or do you have a bad character? It's very important, extremely important for you to know what kind of character do you, as a brand, what are your values? Now, this is a personal brand which is giving its bad name, its bad values, its bad character to the corporate brand. This is a brand that is growing, it's on its way up. Now, if someone like me, and I know people in the town that he lives in, I know people who patronize him because of the fact that he was on my show, which was a kind of endorsement. You know, now if I say just one word to them, or just say, be careful, you know, that's gone. That's tanked that business, and they will never know. So why is it important for a brand to have character? And why is it important? It's more important, even more important for personal brands, because people need to trust you. It's one thing, branding will distinguish you. Good branding and good products will bring people to your doorstep. But when you fail to deliver, when your character fails you, my boy, my girl, my people, you need to be very careful. There's no coming back from that, from a bad character. You know, at the early stages of branding, we have talked about the fact that everybody is a brand. Every single person, every single one of us is a brand. You know, and who we are is who we are. You know, it might be a sulky brand, it might be a joyful brand, it might be a dishonest brand. Now, this is somebody who's skillful but obviously dishonest and given to deception. So, what will people say about your brand? That's the important thing to me. What will people say about your brand? What's the character of your brand? What is your character? What is my character? I started out by talking about the people on my team. They surround me with a lot of professionalism and great support. So even some days when I don't want to get out here and talk, they're like, okay, we've been doing research, people are asking about this, or one of them who has a business going, she'll say, okay, these are the concerns I have in my business. So we talk about it and we come up with things. And that kind of keeps me honest, makes it possible for me to come here week after week and talk to you. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Do not be found when the way your brand mm, puts you on the scales of public opinion. Please let the wheels balance. Let the scales balance. Let it not be that what you say is up here and what you do is down here, because that would be tremendously bad, especially for a small brand. Why do I say especially for a small brand or a growing brand? Because you do not have the PR team that will put the spin or put out alternative messages, it's very hard for growing brands to come back for a setback because you do all the things by yourself. So be very careful what you put out there. And young man, if by chance you listen to this, you're listening to this now or any other time, it's not too late. Send me my laptop bags, okay? And I don't want to hear anything about cost variation because I gave you the money last year. So that's last year's money. All right. So, guys, I hope you've taken something away. Please share with us what you've taken away from today, and and I'd like to know. I'd like to know what kind of things worry you now. These are the kind of things that we're going to talk about at the Brand Lab. You can see the Brand Lab is coming up on July 22nd. It's a Saturday. It's going to be a very interactive, deep dive workshop style virtual training. It's going to be deep. We are going to have people like Steve Babaiko deliver the keynote address. And if you don't know Steve Babaiko, all I'll say is Google him because he is just back to back to back brilliance. And we're going to have people who are going to talk to you about the nuts and bolts of your business, how to even start a business, make sure that you have a business. Because, guys, if all you have is a hustle, please, I'm begging you, you need to upscale it to a business, right? Especially if you want to go far with it. So we talk to people who will talk to you about we'll have people who talk to you about your business, the business of your business, and we will scrutinize and see what are the things that constantly cause you difficulty in your business. So we will have, after all the talk, we will have a workshop, and you will come up with the answers and we will come up with the answers. Together, we will come up with the answers. So sign up for the Brand Lab between now and 8th of July. You can get the early bird, which is 22,000. After that, it goes up. The all the I used to really hate it when I get to this point, but all the details are in the comments comments, and I believe also in the description. And I also will post the flyer on my page, Julia Oku, and also Julia Jacks Consulting. So you can reach us now. 22,000 is a deal to listen to Steve Babaiko, to listen to me, to listen to Uche Noro, Geraldine Oku, and Blessing Elenya. I'll be seeing you there, right? Okay, so guys, remember character, values, identity, your personality, your brand.